Secondary school head teachers in Kenya are pushing for the adoption of mandatory drug testing in schools ahead of the start of the new academic year. The head teachers also want a change in policy that would see students held responsible for destruction actions on school property. And as Brenda Wanga now reports, the head teachers want the government to start preparing education stakeholders for the transition to secondary school under the competency-based curriculum, that's CBC.
Secondary school head teachers are meeting ahead of the opening of the schools for the first term of this academic year, and top of their minds is the question of indiscipline in schools. Parents have had to dig deeper into their pockets to pay for damages caused by their children when they go on destructive strikes and rampages. Now the head teachers want the offending students to feel the pinch legally.
Parliament must also come up. Ministry of Education must come up with rules and regulations to manage the Children's Act in educational institutions. It's not there. That is why you will find the students will walk scot-free whenever they make mistakes in schools, because there is no regulations.
The head teachers want the Children's Act amended to place the greater burden of the consequences of indiscipline in schools to the offenders themselves.
If you look at the Children's Act, they have a responsibility towards their parents and a responsibility towards their nation. But there's no responsibility towards educational institutions. So they can break up things, they can ban their schools.
It just isn't indiscipline that has the school heads worried. There have been incidences where students have been caught indulging in illicit and illegal drugs. To stop this, the teachers want the government to enact policy that will allow for random mandatory drug testing for students when they report to school.
The question we are asking ourselves is discipline going down? Are principals therefore and teachers lacking the might to manage issues discipline?
The teaching fraternity in the education sector also wants the government to lay clear its plans to transition from the 844 curriculum to the CBC one at the secondary school level. They want the government to confirm plans to expand infrastructure that will cater for the double secondary school numbers next year, as well as release the necessary curriculum plans early enough to enable teachers interact with it before its implementation. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.